Everybody, it's your boy Santos the Raggedy Gamer. It is February 24th, 2017. It makes it 2 days after the pre-orders have been allowed for Ryzen chips and motherboards, the AM4 chips and motherboards. As I stated in my last video, I did my pre-orders already, and you can check that here. I did it through Amazon and Micro Center. However, as the time's been going by, these past couple days, more motherboards have been released, and after doing a little bit of research and seeing these different motherboards, I started thinking maybe the Asus Crosshair 6 Hero wasn't the best choice. I've narrowed it down to three. Again, that is still the Asus, that is an MSI, and that's an ASRock board. What I've done is I've gone to a couple different websites, and I'll link the description. I'll link the website in the description, and you can take a look for yourself. What I've done is I've taken all that information and put it into an Excel spreadsheet just to make it a little easier to understand. So we'll be going through that, and you can make your own decision after this. But I started thinking, what is the best bang for your buck? What is the best motherboard you can have today that actually is worth it? It's going to have everything you need and even a couple of things extra. And which ones are charging a little premium for the name? Well, let me share my screen here and we can get started. Alright guys, so the website is wccftech.com. They basically took a roundup of every Ryzen motherboard available to this date. And I just went through every single one of them and found the top three that I thought were the best ones and the ones that most consumers are going to be using, especially if you want overclocking. And with the 1800X, 1700X, and the 1700, I think these are going to be your most common motherboards. You can go through them if you want to look at the other ones. I did not use the BioStar or the Gigabyte. So this is gonna stay with ASRock, Asus, and MSI. And basically what I did is I took all the information from here, from those motherboards, and put it in an Excel spreadsheet to make it a little bit easier to understand. So let's start with that. Let's bring that over here. And let's see if it's the MSI. We'll use this one. We'll use that one for now. Alright. So this is what the MSI board looks like. As you can see, it's titanium. So these are your three roundup. You have the x370 Power Gaming Titanium, the x370 Fatality Professional Gaming from ASRock, and the x370 ROG Crosshair 6 Hero. Now this is the one that I pre-ordered, but I'm starting to think that maybe it shouldn't have been, and I might cancel that order and go for the ASRock. So we're gonna go through everything that they have, that these CPUs are going to have, and who has what more of, and let's say if they have the same, that's fine too. So obviously the CPU support is going to be the AMD Ryzen CPUs across the board, form factor across the board, and socket type is AM4 across the board. Now this is where stuff starts to get different, is the power phases. Obviously more power phases, better power distribution, less heat, and more stable, so potential better overclocking. The MSI has 10 phases, which is not bad by any means. It's probably normal. The Asus has 12, and as you can see, the ASRock has 16 phases. So out of all these three, that's going to have the best power distribution per phase. It's gonna be a lot more stable. Now from 10 to 12. I don't think you're going to see too much difference, but a 16 is a significant jump. A 6 plus or a 4 plus is actually a pretty decent jump, I'd say. Now, your CPU power connectors, that's just your basic connector there. You have an 8+4 pin for the MSI, plus a 6 pin for MGPU setups. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm not entirely sure what that one is, but you can do a little bit more research if you like, and I'm sure they have that information on their website as well. The ASRock only has an 8-pin, which is your standard, and the ROG, the Asus, has an 8+4 as well. So it looks like the one that's giving you the most is the MSI on that. Now your DDR4 slots, they all do 4, and they all have a 64 gig max. Now I did hear that as of right now, that might have been the wrong boards, but I did hear that if you're using the 4 DIMMs and you went over 2400 megahertz, that some of the motherboards are having problems with that. I just don't remember which motherboards that was. But I'll find out for you guys and put that in my description as well. Now, SATA ports, your SATA 3 ports, you have 6 in the in the MSI, 10 in the ASRock, and 8 in the Asus. So obviously your SATA ports can be able to put a lot more, hard drives, SSDs. God, if you use a Blu-ray player or a CD drive also as well. So obviously the more the better. Although I don't think nowadays we use that many anymore, but I could be wrong. I don't, at least. I probably use a maximum of 3. All right, so PCIe 3.0 by 16 slots. So we have 2 by 16s for the MSI and 1 by 8 in the MSI. So another one for for the ASRock, we have 2 by 16s and 1 by 4, and the Asus is 1 by 16 and 2 by 8s. I think I would think the clear winner here on this one is the MSI. But again, they're all going to have different trade-offs here, so you can't win them all. No board is perfect, I think. Now your PCIe 3.0 by 1, you have 3 for the MSI, 2 for the ASRock, and 3 for the Asus. Again, the MSI and the Asus come out on top here, I think, but that's okay. Now your M.2 PCIe slots, you have 1 for the MSI, which you can see here. Actually, let me switch out that photo. That's been up enough. Let's go with the Asus for now. That's actually a really sexy board, though. I gotta admit, a lot of the reason I chose this board was for the aesthetics, but I digress. Let's get back here. So again, your M.2 PCIe slot, you have 1 for the MSI, 1 for the Asus, and 2 for the ASRock, which I think is pretty cool. So you can have 2 of those and run them in sync, and just generally faster data and more data, more capacity, faster data and more capacity. Yeah. So your USB 3.1 ports, these are external ports. These are just going to be ones that are outside. You have 2 Type A plus Type C's in the MSI, another 2 Type A plus Type C for the ASRock, and another 2 Type A plus Type C for the Asus. However, you get 1 internal header, so that's a little bit of a pull ahead. Now your USB 3.0 ports, these are internal and external. The first ones are going to be internal, the second ones are going to be external. So you got 2 internal for the MSI and 4 external for the MSI. You have an astonishing 6 ports external for the ASRock and 4 internal for the ASRock. Another more normal 2 external for the Asus and 8 internal for the Asus, which actually seems kind of weird that you only have 2. It almost seems like that's wrong. Let me look real quick. Sorry about that, guys, but that doesn't seem correct. And actually, that looks like it might be correct. Yeah, is that correct? Hold on. How could you only have that? No, see, this one has 8. So maybe wrong one. Let me look at the ASRock real quick. Nope, go back. That's weird. Scroll all the way down. ASRock, here we go. Let's see what we got. We want the professional gaming one. Where'd you go? Here we go. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah. Weird. Looks like I switched a few things out. Okay. Well, you got 8 on the Asus and 6 on the ASRock, and looks like 4 on the MSI. This is external. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe I wrote that wrong. USB 2.0 ports, you have 3 plus 3, so it looks like 3 internal, 3 external, 2 internal for the ASRock, and 0 for the Asus. Looks like they're trying to phase that out, which I can totally understand. Now, wireless connectivity, I like this. Wireless connectivity and Bluetooth modules. So they're not available for either the MSI or the ASRock, but they are available for, or they're not available for the Asus or the MSI, but they are available for the ASRock with the addition of dual Ethernet LAN ports, which, you know, obviously it's just adding more benefit. Now, this is where I get a little confused for the display connections. Looks like the MSI comes with a DisplayPort, an HDMI port. Though I'm kind of confused because last that I remembered, none of the current CPUs that are coming out, either the 1800X, the 1700X, and 1700, have, you know, they're not APUs, and they certainly don't have GPUs built in, so I don't know why there would be a DisplayPort on that motherboard. But, you know, again, maybe it's something that I'm not understanding here. Here's where we get to price. Basically, the ASRock and the Asus are neck and neck. $259.99, $254.99, $5 off. Whoop-de-doo. However, the MSI is up to $299, so basically $300, and I don't see why. It's when pinned up against the ASRock or the Asus, I think they're asking for too much for what they're delivering. The Asus, being the cheapest of all of them, is great value. Great value. They obviously you can't go wrong with Asus. It's been proven time and time again. It's solid. You know, short of being bulletproof, it's almost the best you can get. ASRock, which definitely does not carry the same weight as Asus in almost any category. This board seems to be your best bang for the buck, and I think this is the one that I'm going to go with. If not because you have 16 phases, you have one extra M.2 PCIe slot, or expansion slot, sorry, and because you have the wireless connection and Bluetooth paired up with dual Ethernet LAN ports. I mean, just because of that, it's worth the $5, well over the $5 that you're getting from the Asus. And definitely, it's beating out the MSI in value, at the very least. Let me show that board. I haven't shown that one. I'm sorry. Let's put that up here. And ASRock. And not to mention, look at it. I mean... Oh, and that's even the wrong one. I'm sorry, guys. Let me bring the right one up here. I mean, look at it. This is the right one. It's gorgeous. But... you know, not everyone is into the aesthetics of it, but I certainly am. Let's see here. All right, guys. So that's been my pretty short video on the motherboards that are currently out, and me thinking that these are the 3 top motherboards that you can currently get. Again, I am going to switch over from the ROG Crosshair Hero to the Fatality Professional Gaming from ASRock. I'm going to be doing that here tonight. So, anyway, guys, let me unshare my screen here. Stop recording. Alright, guys, that's going to end this video here. I just wanted to save some of you the trouble or the frustration of getting the wrong ones, kind of like I think I'm doing or did. I'm gonna go cancel that pre-order now and get another one. But so what's going to happen now? From now on, is I'm actually going to start slowing down these videos. I'm going to try to come out with some better content, some better quality content, because I'm working with some limited hardware right now. Like I told you before, my desktop actually died. from a virus, and I'm working on my laptop here. And though that is great and it's getting me by, it's not what I really want to do. So I'm gonna wait until I get Ryzen up to start doing some better quality here. But I'll come out with a few things before that comes out. I just want to say thanks again, guys, for watching. Like this video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, that's fine. You know what to do. But either way, hit the red button, subscribe. This is going to bring me, it's going to bring a lot more videos and a lot better content. If there's anything that you guys want to see, let me know. If there's something that, there's something new, I should go by and test it out, review it for you. I have no problems doing that. If I have to give it back later, that's okay. Just let me know again. Anyway, guys, take care. Thanks for watching.